Hello, denizens of the internet. Welcome to Random Brain Farts Tech News for the Dead. I like the dead. They don't leave stupid comments. Today we cover Japanese space Fortnite champions, Apple finances, Mac Pro Chinese controversy, and much more. Stay tuned. Earlier in July, Japanese spacecraft Hayabusa 2 successfully executed a second flyby rock sample grab of the asteroid it has been orbiting and studying. The Hayabusa 2 was launched in 2014. The goal is to actually bring the spacecraft back to Earth to study the samples right here. But they could have saved their efforts because, as you can see by the still image of the asteroid, you can see clearly it shows a Canadian mission had already been there first. See our flag, the Canadian flag right there. Clearly, they were looking to find space for a Tim Hortons donut franchise because there's no place left in Canada to put another one. The Fortnite game tournament in New York has finished, and one lucky lad, 16-year-old Kyle Giersdorf, walked away with $3 million as part of a total $30 million in winner's loot. And before you poo-poo this whole video game thing, remember, 40 million people tried out for a chance at the World Cup finals. All finalists took home at least $50,000, and the runner-up, as well as third and fourth place finishers, all became millionaires. You parents out there, the next time you find out that your urchin has racked up 6,000 hours on Team Fortress 2, maybe you should stop yelling at them and buy them a comfy gamer's chair instead. Apple Corp released its financials, and we learned that Apple iPhone sales have declined, but wearables and services made up for the difference. Mac sales rebounded. Well, that's great for all us Mac fans. The Mac was supposed to be dead, replaced by the mighty iPad, the computer after the computer something revolution. How did Apple do it? After pretty much giving up on the Mac in 2014, well, a couple of years ago, Apple updated their MacBook Pros, and then the iMacs, and then Apple came out with the iMac Pro, and then new Mac Minis, and Apple has gone back to upgrading their Macs regularly. So how did Mac sales rebound? I can't see the connection. iPhone sales now make up only half of Apple's business. Wow. I remember seeing charts, 3-4 years ago that showed that the iPhone made up like 80% of Apple revenue. A huge decline. Apple is hoping that the Apple TV Plus Steve Carell and Jennifer Aniston show, the morning sitcom, will make up for lost revenue. Mac Pro news update. Is the Mac Pro going to be built in the US or China? Apple asked for an exclusion from US tariffs, and Pres Trump said, "No, wabooey, my fingers are happy." But at Apple's meeting with investors during the recent earnings update, Tim said, of course, the Mac Pro is going to be built in the US. We just need some parts brought into the US from China, and Apple wanted exemptions on those parts as part of ramping up Apple's factory in the US. What Tim Cook meant by parts was the whole freaking Mac Pro part. We really have no idea if the new Mac Pro is going to suck balls or not. We don't want the same problem as happened with the Trashintosh, where we made this piece of crap in Texas and no one bought it. We want to bring in Chinese-made Mac Pros to begin with. And if they sell, then awesome. We'll finish building the U.S. plant. If she don't sell, then we just have a bunch of faceless hordes to fire. That is what I think exactly what Tim meant. In a shocking announcement, Apple will now let iPad users choose between bigger icons or more icons on your home screen. Yes, Apple is letting you have a choice. Millions of iPad users expressed utter disbelief that Apple would do this. Apple still won't let you put your icons wherever you want, but who wants to stand in the way of progress, as minuscule as it might be? Good for you, Apple. And by good for you, what I meant was the same kind of thing like when your kid comes back from school with a terrible drawing and you gotta tell your failed science experiment, "That's awesome, Liam." That's awesome, Apple. In Siri sex tape news, well, this news item has been out for days, but I couldn't let it go without commenting. It seems contractors working for Apple to help Siri do a better job would listen to actual recordings of people talking, making doctor's appointments, having sex, and even selling drugs. Apple's privacy policy does clearly indicate to help them recognize your pronunciations and provide better responses, certain information such as your name, music that you listen to, contact names, and searches sent to Apple servers. Well, that makes me feel way better. Well, the thing is, Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant were discovered using real people to listen to conversations to improve their products. Why don't they just put Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant into the same room and let them correct each other? But if anyone starts hearing making out sounds, someone better get in there fast, because that's how Skynet was born. You have been listening to RBF. You've been watching it too, hopefully. What is it, Wancho? Oh, you're afraid that Siri has been listening in on your lovemaking? There's an easy fix, Wancho. When you're done satisfying your partner, just yell, "There! Your pickle jar lid is off!" Till next time, denizens, so long.